Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another album ranking video. I think this is number 4 now. Not one I was expecting to do, but I said this has been one of my longtime favorite bands and I've been listening to them a lot recently and I'm reminded why they're one of my favorites ever since childhood. And let's do it. That would be The Cars. Not one you probably thought, seeing as I'm not, you would think I'm not a fan of that kind of music, and I'm really not. I do love The Cars though, so I'll admit, it's not the most... it's pop music, but it's cool, and I like it. I've always liked it, and I've been reminded recently listening to their discography again why I like them so much. So let's get into it. We're going to rank all 7 of their studio albums from worst at number 7 all the way to my favorite at number 1. So starting off, I don't have a physical copy of this one, but at my number 7 would be Move Like This, which was their last album. It came out in 2011. Only album that did not feature Benjamin Orr. Obviously, he died in 2000. It's fine. It's definitely a Cars album. You got Rick singing, but just doesn't do anything for me. Some of the songs are pretty good. It is better than I was expecting. I really hadn't listened to it all the way through before I made this video. So, is it worth a listen for the lifelong Cars fans? I would say so if you've never listened to it all the way through. Am I going to listen to it again all the way through? Probably not. There's just nothing really there for me. So, number 7, Move Like This. Good closure, good last album, but between it being, so far out of their, sort of time of their fame, and of course no Benjamin Orr, just doesn't do anything for me. Bad songs? No, but, why choose that one when you've got all the other ones? So, that's number 7. At number 6, again, I don't have a physical copy of this one, but we have Door to Door, which came out in 1987, just a couple months before they broke up. And it was the last of their sort of real albums, if you will. It had all 5 members. This album, again, was one I had never really listened to much before I made this video. It is actually really good. It's actually a really good collection of songs. Some of them are actually really good. But kind of like Move Like This, you can kind of just tell that the Cars magic as we know it was kind of running out. Not gone, but it was getting long in the tooth. And like I said, within a couple months of that album coming out, the band broke up and didn't get back together, really, aside from after Benjamin Orr died. So, as much of a good album as it is, like I said, I don't even have a vinyl copy of it. I just don't, it's not one of my favorites. But not a bad album. I'd listen to it over Move Like This because at least Benjamin Orr's there and it's got sort of that classic Cars sound. But, there's also the 5 other ones we're going to talk about. So, probably not surprising that I had these 2 at the bottom. But anyways, moving on to number 5 now, which now I actually have physical copies. At number 5, we have Candio, the second album. Came out in 1979. This album, it's hard to say because it is a really good album. It's what I would consider a quintessential pop album. Good synth, good guitar, good lyrics, good voice, everything. I mean, it has everything going for it to make it a great pop album. Good cover, too. But I think the reason why I have this album where I have it is because it sort of fell between 2 albums that were solid legends. The one before this was a solid legend. The one after this was a solid legend. You have this, and it's, to me, my kind of thought and my theory is it sounds like the record company saw the success of their debut album, and they were like, okay, go, we gotta make another one. Let's go, Rick, make another one. So Rick sort of, hurriedly writes a bunch of songs, and here we are. Are they bad? No, not at all. In fact, there's a lot of songs in some that are just really good. I personally just don't think it has the magic that the ones before or after it had. So, number 5, not bad at all. I'd certainly give it a listen. Sometimes we have Candio. And number 4, and I would like to preface this with these 4 I'm about to show could all be my number 1. They just sort of alternate. But at number 4, we have Shake It Up. 1981. This album and Candio to me are kind of like transition albums because self-titled, Panorama, and Heartbeat City, in my opinion, are all like the defining albums. And then you have this and Candio, which are kind of like the transition albums. Now, I will say, I would rather listen to this than Candio. I hate to admit it because I have this at number 4. Every single song on this album is really, really good. Like, I was listening to it all the way through again, and I was like, man, I think this might be their most underrated album. Now, I will say, if you judge it based off of the song Shake It Up, you're probably not going to like it. And I'll be completely honest with you, Shake It Up is probably the worst song of this album. Aside from A Dream Away. Aside from that one. But no, honest to God, if you only know of this album from the title track, Shake It Up, listen to the whole album. It is 100% different than the song Shake It Up. Is the song Shake It Up bad? No. Is it probably the worst one on this album? Yes. Go listen to it. What a phenomenal album. And I keep coming back to, especially songs like Cruiser. Really the whole side one of this album, Since You're Gone as well. Maybe Baby is a great song, great way to end the album. But man, it's just hook after hook after hook on this album. Not really what I was expecting, because this is not an album I really listened to that much. But I'm glad I went and listened to it again, because now it's being played a lot more. Phenomenal heck of an album, Shake It Up. But yeah, certainly go listen to it. But yeah, I have to put it at number 4, and we'll talk about why here in a minute. Number 3, again, I had a hard time with these. We have Panorama, which seems to be a very controversial one. This came out between Candio and Shake It Up, and the third album this is. This was a very different album up to this point, because up to this point, Self-Titled and Candio were very like, oh, light and bubblegum pop and, la-di-da. I don't know. It's very bubblegum music, I guess you could say. This was not. This is a much darker, harder, guitar heavier, well, not even guitar heavier, they're synth, but this was another one I hadn't listened to in a while, and I don't know why, because I put it on and I'm just like, oh my God. It's unbelievable just how good this is, and frankly, I can kind of understand where the naysayers come from, because it is different sounding than all their other albums, but oh my God, it's good. I mean, every song, literally every single song on this album, I can go through, and I was even last night, I was thumbing through on YouTube just videos of the songs from this album, listening to a couple seconds here, a couple seconds there, because I didn't have time to listen to the whole album again. But I was like, oh my God, every single song on this is freaking good. Every single song on Panorama is amazing, especially, just like I talked about with Shake It Up, you had Maybe Baby at the end. Up and Down, another phenomenal closer. I mean, this, even Candio, I think it's Dangerous Type, I want to say. Yeah, Dangerous Type. All 3 of these albums had amazing ending songs. I think Up and Down might be the best song on this album. So good. This whole album is so good. There's not a single song in here, I'm looking through it, I don't think I would say is amazing. So at number 3, easily could have been my number 1, but we'll talk about that, is Panorama. Number 2, and these 2 were the hardest decision I had to make. And I'm still in my head flip-flopping them sometimes. Same with Panorama, all 3 of them. At number 2, we have the debut, 1978, The Cars. What I would consider to be in the top 5 greatest debut albums of all time. I mean, 1978 was an incredible year, but 100%, I don't think a single person would listen to this liking or disliking The Cars and say that's not a good album. Literally, just like I was talking about with Panorama, every single song on this album was literally a hit single, except for 3. There's 3 songs on this album, being I'm in Touch with Your World, Don't Just Stop, and All Mixed Up, that weren't really radio hits, and I would say that if you put the 6 other songs on a pedestal at A tier, these 3 are like A- tier. I love those 3. I love this whole album. Literally this whole album I can listen to and I'm like, oh my God. And I mean, some bands don't even get to this point at their peak, and they hit it at their debut. I mean, it's unbelievable just how freaking good it is. And, having the songs like Bye Bye Love, Moving in Stereo, and All Mixed Up flowing into each other, that's cool too. And of course, you throw this on the turntable and let the good times roll, the first song on the first album. It's the whole package is here with this album. Literally the whole package. And for a long time, I said it was my favorite. I had a really hard time, though, deciding between this and, of course, Heartbeat City. But in the end, I decided to give the edge, the number 1 spot, to 1984's Heartbeat City. And the reason for that is, as much as I love that debut, I believe that this was the Cars at their musical and creative peak, 1984. all four of the albums we just talked about were just accelerating that speed up to the top, and this was when they hit that peak, I think. Now, I will say, could some argue that this is a more polished sound compared to the other ones? Yeah, kind of, which I think because part of it's a different producer. But, I mean, I think this album speaks for itself. Just like, freaking self-titled, I can't think. Heartbeat City is a masterpiece from beginning to end. Just to give you an example, this album alone contains Hello Again, Magic, Stranger Eyes, Drive, You Might Think, Heartbeat City, I Refuse. All of those hit single songs are on this album. I mean, literally, it's amazing. I mean, it has Drive on it, enough said. And the other thing, too, about this album that I kind of like is that prior to this album, especially sort of the middle, even the debut, Ric Ocasek was kind of known for writing interesting lyrics, stuff that's kind of just goofy. But this album has like real lyrics. Like the lyrics tell a story and make sense. I mean, those albums, they have great lyrics, but it's like, it's kind of nonsensical at times. Not that I don't like that, believe me, it's great. But this album really pulls the package together, and it's amazing. Like I said, I had a really hard time deciding on the top three, especially. I think I put Panorama at 3 only because I think musically, technical speaking, this is the best. Self-Titled is the second best. Panorama is the third best, and so on. The funny thing is, though, I think I don't know, I'm trying to think. If I could only listen to one more Cars album in my life, it would probably be Panorama, to be honest with you, but I don't ever want to be in that predicament because I think I'd have to play like a medley of all three of these. Probably shake it up, too. So, that is it. My ranking of the Cars 7 albums. Very hard choice. Very, very hard choice. I'm sure that they will be subject to change, but that's my overall, if I have to put them in a list, because I can't emphasize it enough. These are all good, especially the sort of first 5, the main 5, if you will. But damn it, I have to put them in a list for the video, so this is what you get. This is the list. But then again, if it was up to me, you would probably have like, I don't even know if I can show it. Just put all 4 of these on like one level, and then put Candio like this, just slightly below them, and then put the other 2 like here and here. It's so hard to pick with the Cars, especially the 4. I mean, Candio out of the big 5 is kind of like my album, but it's still good. So I'm going to stop rambling. That is it. Thank you all for watching. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Check out Isaac24.com on the web. Peace.